120 days, and so on. All these promises have been delivered and others are being delivered. He started with the issue of Ofankor in Sawam. Look, let me commend the Minister of Road and the especially the deputy who appeared before Public Accounts Committee yesterday and offered an apology to motorists for the state of the road. But ask yourself, why did Alassane Suhuyini offer an apology? That tells you the level of respect that we have for the good people of Ghana, especially when the problem is not a cause, or the problem was not caused by President Mahama and the NDC. You awarded a contract to Maripoma Enterprise, and you refused to pay them, and so your government refused to fulfill your
have you followed the story
financial. Yes, I followed the story. Your government refused to fulfill the financial obligations to the company. They did their best, worked up to a certain point, kept giving government pressure that the work is huge. We have the capacity to execute. And indeed, they showed promise by how they started. All they wanted was for government to pay them, then they will complete the project. You couldn't pay them, and as we speak, government has paid them. They are back on the road, and work is progressing steadily. Now, the government that is sensitive and went ahead to apologize to the good people of Ghana, even when it is not our doing, you are rather upset with the apology. But again, when you were in power, when the NPP was in power, we got in return insults when we demanded for good roads. When chiefs from the central region approached President Akufo-Addo to complain about state of road and lack of development in their area, he insulted them and told them, President Akufo-Addo told them that because they refused to vote for the NPP candidate, parliamentary candidate, in return, he also decided to deny them development. And that is on record. That was the arrogance, brazen arrogance that we were subjected to under the 8 years of the NPP. And so today, if we are apologizing for even something that is not a problem that was created by us, you should rather be applauding us. President Akufo-Addo, when Togbi Fiti, His Royal Highness, the chief of Aplau, demanded for the completion of the E-block that President Mahama started, he insulted the chief. President Akufo-Addo insulted him. Insulted our chief. Very respected chief, Togbi Fiti, was insulted by President Akufo-Addo. He actually told him to go and complete the project himself. And that was the arrogance you subjected us to in 8 years. So if today a minister of state is apologizing to the people of Ghana for an inconvenience caused on a road by a project that by no fault of ours, something we came to inherit, you are rather upset that Suhuyini is apologizing. I mean, the people of Ghana are watching. They are happy. Go on the news portals and you see the comments being made by the people of Ghana, neutrals, independent Ghanaians, on the apology that Honorable Alassane Suhuyini, out of humility and respect for the people of Ghana, offered. Lastly, you spoke about abuse by protesters. You indicated we'll be coming to the rich issue. So I don't want to get into the rich issues. But you see, Moro, I have been an activist all my life. I can give you no less than, before this show ends, if you like, you challenge me, no less than 50 cases where under the NPP, protesters were subjected to beating, protesters were abused. Look, the NPP era can be best described as the 8 years of the most miserable government that we have ever experienced in this country. And so if you want us to start all those comparisons, I don't even want to remind Ghanaians of the pain, the suffering, the mockery, and the ridicule that your government subjected us to. Come on. So don't let us get into the argument from those angles. And you are talking about which people have been abused. Look, even when you had the opportunity this morning, driving into the studio, I was listening to some radio stations. The police are updating us that 8 people, suspects from the Ablekuma North election rerun violence have been arrested and will be arraigned before courts today. In your case, under the NPP, several cases, but let me go back to Ayawa so West Ugon. Even when there was video evidence, even when your own Emil Short Commission report indicated and recommended that individuals be sanctioned, all the police officers and the national security officials that were mentioned in the report, in a sad turn, your government decided to whitewash those criminals. Until today, you cannot point to a single prosecution. You cannot. Okay. And so today, you have no moral right, come on, to sit on this platform and talk about abuse and talk about this, because we know your records. We know the 8 terrible years of Akufo-Addo. We know how not to govern, and we studied that under your leadership. I'm telling you, look, the 1.5 million plus vote difference that we used to beat you, despite all your shenanigans and all your manipulations, even when the Electoral Commission was in bed with you. And I say that without any fear or favor, that till today, I have no confidence in the J-Mensa-led Electoral Commission. Even when they were in bed with you, we still defeated you with over 1.5 million votes. It is because the people of Ghana saw how terrible your governance was. Moro. Please don't remind us this morning of the pain that we have left behind in 8 years.
Moro. Of all that my brother Edem seeks to espouse, okay, he's forgotten of his own roots. If NPP, government and its tradition, appear miserable to Ghanaians, right, then their case is worse. Who's on record to have told Ghanaians that they have violence in their DNA?
Oh, but
no, with all respect, please, you have respect. Who's on record? You. That I am telling you, have told Ghanaians with impunity that what you do, your order of the day, is violence. 2, you are talking about Ofanko, and that you have apologized. So we should go and then hail you, make noise, go on top of the roof, shout, the NDC government has done well. Really? You left Pokwasi interchange, 0 work done. And I repeat, 0 work done. It took Akufo-Addo, who you are seeking here, to malign, to insult, to condemn, to think about Ghana and construct a 4-tier interchange for us from scratch. It took the Akufo-Addo administration to construct close to 13,000-kilometer roads under our 8 years. Check it out. It took the Akufo-Addo government to ensure that the people on that stretch of Fanko to Suhum go and look at the roads.
It's never true.
To be constructed. Look, this 33.4 kilometer road that you are seeking to say that you are at least, if you like, sensitive to the plight of the people on the ground, go and check work done by the NPP so far. Close to 70% of the work has been done. Check it. As of 2024, 50% of the work of that particular stretch was done. What is happening there? You don't drive. 2 weeks ago, I drove on that.
Oh, I drove there last week.
Good. And I'm telling you, where we have a problem is from Doburo running to Amasama, where the difficulty is. The stretch, after we finish focusing interchange, because we think of development, we think of Ghana as a party and as a government. Unless people in grace like you who don't see what we do. You understand? Ghanaians who, of course, observe what the NPP does in this country know the kind of work we do. Let me tell you, this country is open up. Accra is open up because of NPP.
38%.
Do you know that the Millennium Challenge account, the Media Road, N1, is NPP? Do you know that Mala Yamoransa is NPP? Do you know that Adenta is NPP? Ebri is NPP? Tetekwashi Runabout is NPP? Who has opened up Ghana and Accra? You sit here, and then, of course, because you appear an ingrate, and then you are people who, of course, will come on, come into government with propaganda. People who will never speak the truth, you come and sit here and want to insult people and claim that we rather insult people. What do you do? You have told people. You have told people. You have lied to people that, look, when we come, we are bringing you heavens. We are doing this only for you to come here and then embark on rhetorics.
Which one is the rhetoric?
I am your government. You've been flip-flopping every day. Don't you watch what?
What is the flip-flop?
Are you not looking at your governments? All the big push, let me tell you, the rhetoric. I sat here last 2 weeks and I said, look, all these projects they are mentioning and the big push is fantasies or are fantasies. And then the deputy minister of road was here with me. He said, oh, Kamal, my brother Kamal cannot call these fantasies. We want to award contract before we can get releases. We all know how releases are done. So for me this morning, if my brother wants us to go on fire to fire, we will.
Yeah, we can.
And we have the records to point.
Yes.
Don't come and sit here, lie to Ghanaians when they give you only come and now want to push blame on NPP again. I've just given you an example of focusing. Zero work done. We have finished it.
Before you left?
Interchange. Focus interchange.
You didn't
finished.
pay the contractor. You didn't
find out how much we gave to Marapoma. We thought of packaging roads and packaging contracts for people. You come and sit here and be making noise.
The contractor is on record. You didn't pay him.
Anyway,
look, they left debt.
He says he can give us about 50 cases of people who have asked. Look, I'm not done. Please, I'm not done. My brother. My brother. And how much did you leave us? How much did you leave
21 billion.
When you were leaving?
Almost all the roads you claim you are constructing, the contractors have packed out of sight because you refuse to pay them.
Still leave when they were leaving?
No, you should tell me. I am telling you what you left. So you should tell me 21 billion. Bro, the 13,000 kilometers of road
people have no
in Parliament.
It must take your time. You have lied to Ghanaians. You are
in Parliament.
Look, go ahead
in Parliament. He cited. You see, I want us to deal with statistics. Let's deal with the fact. You mentioned you constructed 13,000 kilometers of road in Parliament. That argument was flawed. And when we asked for evidence, they now started saying that the 13,000 kilometers is not necessarily new roads alone, but even roads that they have to work on again, those they have to do reshaping, are all part of the 13,000. Look, your former minister for roads is a member of Parliament. When we challenge him in Parliament to tell us that where are the 13,000 kilometers of road? They were unable to do that.
The records are there.
Look, the records are okay. Where are the records?
Go and look at your handover.
I am telling you that, and I'm challenging you that.
The records are there. I'm saying that.
So why wasn't your minister?
We declared your.
But you are in Parliament. You declared your roads, but these roads were left. You declared year of roads. Listen. Come on. You declared year of roads.
About 50 to 70% was done.
You declared year of roads. That is the rhetoric that we're talking about. But after declaring your
fantasy in the big bush,
when you go into Parliament, records, all the questions that have been posed to the roads minister about the bad nature of roads in Ghana were posed by NPP MPs who are appealing to Honorable Agboja to come and construct their road for them. Please, we also the record. I gave you facts. You have not disputed any of the facts. The fact that President Akufo-Addo insulted chiefs who asked for development, the fact that President Akufo-Addo insulted the people for not voting for his MP, the fact that the roads you were unable to pay the contractors 21 billion. That is how terrible it was.
Let's make progress.
Everybody
knows. Allow us. In 8 months, we have started
8 months work.
Oh, we are working.
And stop telling people.
We are working, and so we are solving your mess. We are cleaning your mess.
Tell us,
the mess.
You have been
the stinking mess you left behind. We are cleaning it. So allow us to clean it.
Okay.
Let's
make progress.
Yes. We are cleaning your mess. After 8 months, we are putting.
There'll be a day for.
We saw the kind of Ghana you left.
The day is that the facts are facts.
Which ones are the facts?
Saying that which ones are the facts? You're going to have give us a focus interchange. You did zero work. We came within 2 years. We did it.
Come on, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that
you left that mess. You left this mess.
Gentlemen, I'm just saying that we'll have a whole show on comparison records. So
yes.
I mean, I've all the records. There is no
we'll give you enough.
He couldn't even mention one.
Come on, we'll give you enough prior notice. We'll give you enough prior notice for the two of you to come here and debate the issues. I like this. I mean,
we are talking about
we need to know who is better.
You have a terrible record.
Yes. Oh, do Allah do Nabi. Let's move on.
Oh, really? You're not doing it.
Look at this.
Anyway, so let's get on with it was meant to be your preliminary comments on how you're feeling personally, you're doing family and so on, and then that degenerated into a comparison of records. But it's okay. I mean, I can appreciate that because it's a contest, isn't it? It's a contest of ideas, and there's also a contest of performance. So I can understand when this person says I've done better than this. It's okay, but we'll make time so that the debate will be backed by solid data.
And then our viewers,
our viewers would enjoy that. So let's get on. Let's get on with our.
That's the humility that your people lack.
Okay. So gentlemen, we want to look at Akwatia, because you mentioned it in your commentary earlier, and Edem mentions the fact that for him.
I thought you said we're going to look at the attitude of the gentleman.
Oh, no, we'll get there. It's one of the issues we'll look at. Yes, but because he mentioned Akwatia, just finish with Akwatia. Yes. You know, yesterday the IGP met a cross section of journalists, and I believe the GJ president was also there. And in that meeting, he briefed the media on what the Ghana Police Service has been doing, specifically relating to some physical assaults, that have been meted out on journalists. That's just one side. And of course, the police's preparations towards the Akwatia by-elections. So we'll look at both. Now, if you look at today's daily guide, we're told that 8 arrested over Ablikuma violence, because we've been asking for some updates, and we felt that by now some people should have been prosecuted and so on. So the police is telling us why maybe things have delayed the way as it may seem. So Prince Fifi York is reporting that the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohono, has announced the arrest of 8 individuals in connection with the violence that erupted during the Ablikuma North election rerun. At a meeting with the leadership of the Ghana Journalists Association, Mr. Yohono said the suspects were being processed and would be arraigned before court within the week, that is this week. And the Accra Regional Commander, as of yesterday, said he had 8 suspects. 8 suspects have been arrested. They are being processed, and from the advice I had from the Regional Commander, tomorrow or Friday they will be put before the court. He further reassured the GJ leaders of the service's commitment to ensuring justice, adding that we're making progress and we'll make sure that whatever happens, justice will be served to those who, in one way or the other, did not do their work in a professional manner. Now, on allegation of shielding the interdicted police officer who assaulted a journalist, the IGP dismissed the claim as unfounded and said, noting that the officer in question was not at post. Now, it says there is a rumor going around that we have transferred the policeman to another station, which is not true. When an officer is interdicted, he is no longer in active service. The only option is for him to return to his hometown or village. So perhaps when people saw this officer back home, they assumed that he had been transferred. He revealed that the Police Professional Standards Bureau had finished inquiries into the officer's conduct and that he had received the investigative report. That's with the police officer who misconducted himself, yes. Now, that investigation has been completed and handed over to me. So it means that a service inquiry is going to be conducted into his conduct, and then the appropriate sanctions will follow. Now, commenting in previous incidents involving misconduct, Mr. Yohono acknowledged shortcomings but stressed the need to learn from them and move on. We cannot claim perfection. It is important to draw lessons from the past rather than dwell on them. My administration is committed to preventing reoccurrence of such incidents. We recognize the challenges and pressures that come with policing, and we're working to improve, the IGP stated. Now, the IGP also confirmed that disciplinary measures will be taken against the officer involved, noting that the Professional Standards Unit has recommended sanctions through service orders. Now, closely related to this is also we have the men to safeguard Akwatia by election still with the police service. So that story is on page 6 of today's daily guide. And it says that the same Prince Fifi York, it says the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohono, has assured that the forthcoming Akwatia by-elections will be conducted in a violence-free manner, urging electors not to panic. Speaking during a press conference in Accra with the leadership of the Ghana Journalists Association, the IGP Tete Yohono said a total of 600 police personnel representing the first batch have been deployed to the community to lay the grounds for a peaceful election. The 600 people have been trained and prepared to search to ensure that nothing dangerous is concealed in a vehicle or in a motorbike that can cause any trouble during election, and also prepare the men who will be on the ground so that if somebody intends to use a weapon to snatch a ballot box, the precision in dealing with that particular suspect will also be demonstrated when we went to the ground. And if there should be somebody who can climb the tallest building in Akwatia. We have the men, and the men have gone through that, rappelling training. And he says, following the engagements with various political parties, IGP Yunus said he warned politicians to advise their followers not to misbehave during the voting process, saying we'll take decisive action against misconduct to ensure public safety, particularly for the media. We must protect journalists as they play a crucial role in keeping the public informed. We recognize the media's importance and will treat them with respect and protection. He reiterated that the police would deal with threats to safety decisively, ensuring people in the media feel protected, saying that the media safety is paramount. We must protect them as they play a vital role in keeping the public informed. We urge our police officers nationwide to handle journalists with care and moderation. And he also talked, so it's all about protection of journalists. I'm also told there's going to be like a mobile, there's a name they gave, I forgot. It says kit, but so that when somebody misbehaves, the person can be kept there for the meantime, and then, or in the meantime, so that after the event, the person will be transferred to wherever the police intends to transfer them. There's a name.
A makeshift cell or something.
Yes, like exactly like a makeshift, cell of a sort, and just to sort of reiterate the point that they say, they're very, very, very ready for the Akwatia by-elections. But let me start with you, Edem. We're hoping that because the NPP said that due to the circumstances under which Dr. Murtala Ibrahim, may his soul rest in peace, lost his very, very precious life, the NPP said we're not going to participate in the Akwatia by-elections as a way of demonstrating sympathy, empathy, and to show that, yes, it's not just about power, but it's also about their humanness. But I've heard your national chairman says that, yes, they are grateful to the NPP for that gesture, but you will be in Akwatia. Why?
Moro.
What has happened to reciprocity?
Moro, once again, let me pray for the soul of my brothers, Dr. Murtala Mohammed, and also Ernest Kumi. Ernest, though was in the NPP, you may know that he was a very, very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine, even before we got into Parliament. And Dr. Murtala, my relationship with him is well known out there.
Mani Boama as well.
Omani Boama and all the others.
Alhaji Lemuna.
And Laji, Dr. Sapon, who was like a father. Sergeant Ado, whose mother also comes from Ketu North. I was actually born in Ketu North.
Okay.
He. Yes, and so we pray that God himself should. We know by now they are resting in the bosom of the Lord. About Akwatia, Tamale Central, let me put the two together. Yes, just like my national chairman said, we thank the NPP for saying that they were withdrawing from the Tamale Central election. I don't want to go too much into that decision, but Moro, every discerning Ghanaian and every political analyst, those who have followed the elections in Tamale Central, and when you look at the results in Tamale Central in the 2024 general elections, we all know that the NPP did not take that decision to withdraw because of the so-called human feeling or whatever the excuses that they are giving. No. Please. They were running away from battle. No. You see, it is a solemn no. But Moro, you know that the NPP knows that there is no way they will beat any NDC candidate in Tamale Central. But you saw the results. They know that there's no way. You see, God forbid, but if this had happened in any swing constituency, I bet you that the position of the NPP would not be to withdraw from the election. They would have gone in there to test their strength.
Let me counter. Let me ask.
Yes, no. Let them put it.
What if they say that let's go into this election. Even if we don't win, let's go and increase the numbers for bragging rights.
No, I mean, as for parliamentary, it is not presidential elections where it will contribute to the national, what's the name, figure. As for parliamentary, even if you lose by a single vote, you have lost.
Yes.
And it has nothing to anything about
simple
increasing. It's a simple majority. So let's not. But again, let's also not pretend as though this is the first time a political party has decided not to participate in a by-election because the person or the MP for the constituency died. When the MP for I forgot the name of the constituency in the eastern region, the one who was murdered.
Oh, you mean JB Dankwa?
JB Dankwa was murdered.
Yes, that's Ebuakwa South. North. Yes. South is Akwatia, isn't it? Yeah.
The NDC did not participate in that election.
Yeah.
We also decided not to participate in the elections. Well, I was not a member of NEC or FEC at the time, so I cannot speak to what informed the decision. But it is possible it is
because you were beaten up.
It is no. It's also like I'm saying that it's also possible because look, as for by-elections, everybody you look at the constituency involved and you look at the circumstances, and so let's not put the two constituencies are not the same.
In fact, there's even Ejisu.
The Ejisu NDC did not participate as recent as 2020. The NDC did not participate in Ejisu, even when at the time we had elected a parliamentary candidate for the 2024 elections, and many people thought that by-election would be a preparatory ground, at least even if we're not winning, it will be a way to market our candidate towards the main election.
Okay.
We decided not to participate in the Ejisu by-elections after the demise of John Kuma. So NPP is not doing us or the people of Ghana any favor by withdrawing from Tamale Central, and because of that, they want to link it with Akwatia. Akwatia is a different ball game together.
Okay.
And we are telling them that come to Akwatia. We are also coming to Akwatia, and we will beat you to it. We will make sure that the Akwatia seat gets back to the NDC, and we will win that election. So they should not be jumping from one media house to another, trying to link Tamale Central, the unfortunate Tamale Central by-election to Akwatia, and then claiming that because they have withdrawn from Tamale Central, the NDC should also withdraw. And again, it is not the NPP that will decide for us which elections we should participate in. So you have taken your decision. Defend your decision. Go into any election. But we are telling you that nothing will make us withdraw from Akwatia because we are winning the Akwatia election.
Oh, but return the gesture.
We are no wait, they are not doing that. Why? There is no gesture. Okay, so let's also tell them that because now we are leading them how many? 2-1.
Yes.
We didn't take part in the Ebuakwa North.
Yes.
That's the name of the constituency.
Yes.
We didn't take part in Ejisu. And so now we have given you, we've done 2 favors for you in the past.
Okay.
And so because of that, leave both Akwatia and Tamale Central for us so that we tie. So it is not as if this is the first time in a party. Yes, if you are saying that we should return the gesture, we have done same for you in the past twice.
Okay.
So if you are doing one for us, you still owe us one. Okay. So please, that argument, Tamale Central and Akwatia are not the same.
Okay.
We are going into Akwatia by-elections, and I'm telling you that the NDC is prepared to win that seat and add to the 188 seats that we already have.
Aren't you tired?
We are not tired. We are not tired because it is the people of Ghana, having experienced 8 terrible years under the NPP, have decided to give us a majority, super majority in Parliament, and also they gave President Mahama that overwhelming endorsement in the election.
Okay.
And they are confident that we will use that to work in their interest, and that is what we are doing. That is why Ablekuma North, which used to be their seat, we won it in the by-elections.
Right.
We are going for Akwatia seat so we can add it to the 188 that we have, and we can have even more seats in Parliament to continue the agenda to build Ghana together as a people. But Moro, touching on the preparations towards Akwatia by-elections.
And then, of course, the arrest of the 8.
Yes, let me commend the police.
Okay.
Especially the IGP. I have said on your platform that sometimes as leaders, when you are effective, you don't need to yell and you don't need to draw unnecessary attention on public PR, okay, public relations. You don't need the unnecessary PR to show that you are working. It shows in the results that you produce. In the past, we saw some cosmetic displays by some IGPs.
Yeah.
But what we are seeing today is effective policing under a leader who doesn't yell, a leader who is not craving for cheap public attention, but we can see the results.
Okay.
I will start with Ablekuma North. In the Ablekuma North election rerun, when that police officer attacked a journalist, even before the elections came to a close, the police had released a statement indicating that the police officer was interdicted. In fact, the police officer was picked up from the elections and was interdicted at the national headquarters, even before the elections came to a close. That was swift, and the alacrity with which the police responded, for me, must be applauded. And I don't know why we have really not spoken about that particular incident and the response by the management or the leadership of the police service. So they must be applauded. After that, the police kept on updating the people of Ghana on steps they were taking to deal with the rogue characters, those who engaged in those illicit activities during the by-elections. And today we are told that after investigations, 8 have been arraigned before court and they will be dealt with. That is commendable. And this is the leadership that was missing in the past. Because in the past, Moro, we have videos of police officers engaging in some of these activities themselves. We have videos of people in national security apparel engaging in these activities, but no response from the police service. No response. Maybe my brother Kamal should begin by telling us if there is any incident where any of the police officers or security men involved in the 2020 Techiman South election violence, the soldiers who were caught on tape openly shooting at civilians, unarmed civilians, if there is any incident of any of them either being interdicted or arrested, if there is any of such evidence, they can produce it. We also saw how in the Ayawaso West Ugomba elections, police officers and national security personnel were implicated. Azugu and Co. There's no evidence of any of them being punished. And so if today we see the police updating us on people who have been arrested, who are being dealt with after the investigations, that must be commended. Again, the police have gone ahead of the elections to give us the confidence that they are prepared for Akwatia by-election. And that is because we've had some characters in the NPP who claimed and made comments that the NDC should come to Akwatia and that they were going to retaliate. What they claimed was an attack on them in Ablekuma North. But the police have responded in a positive way by preparing their men. They are even giving us an update on the number of police officers that they have deployed. I recently chanced on a video where the police did some simulation of assault, of even how to combat ballot snatching and others. I don't know if you saw some of those videos.
Right.
Beautiful. It tells you that you have a service that is interested in preventing the chaos so it won't happen. Again, they have indicated that when you come into the Akwatia by-election, come into contact with any police station with arms, they will also meet you with arms. If you come with weapons, whether it is pepper spray, it is a gun, whatever it is, the police will arrest you and deal with you. And so all those going to Akwatia, all of us must be advised to act within the laws. Because we are going to vote. It is a ballot. It is not bullet. It's not a display of bullets. Moreover, finally, the police under Mr. Younu are doing something that for me, all of you in the media must equally commend them for. The transparency with which the police service is running now. Bro, there is no information or there is no day where journalists have been to the police headquarters to ask for information or updates on either cases that they are investigating or preparations that they are making towards by-elections and other issues where the police have denied them briefing. They give accurate information. I have listened to the CID boss on many occasions organizing press up, because you see, policing is about the people. So you should be able to carry the people along. And before you can earn the public confidence, the public must know what it is you are doing for them. And I must commend the police service under the current IGP and his leadership for the good work that they are doing. I am confident that Akwatia by-election will be very, very, very peaceful, because the MP whose demise warrants this by-election was a very peaceful gentleman. And all of us are interested in seeing a very, very peaceful
so NS actually won the election, right? He was the MP.
But until
by the position of your party, NS actually won.
No, you see, don't let us get there, because
I'm just trying to understand something.
So this is the point. There was an election. The Electoral Commission declared him.
I want to know your position
as the winner. No, yes, I'm coming there. The Electoral Commission declared him as the winner. The NDC candidate challenged the results in court.
Not the NDC.
There was an NDC candidate. That's what I said. The NDC candidate. Because they were the parties in the election. He challenged him in court. And the court was yet to give a final verdict. So until the court overturns the results, it is what the Electoral Commission declares that we work with.
So the position of your party was
only yesterday. No, about why the gentleman was in Parliament. Why is it called a by-election? It is because he was sworn in as an MP. Or we are not getting it. Only yesterday, a court ruled that the former MP for Adansi Asukwa, who said all the youth have coconut head and we have nothing useful in our head, lost to a young man, and Katie Hammond lost to a young man. I didn't even know he was in court challenging the results all this while. Only yesterday, the court delivered the verdict against him, and he was fined 60,000 Ghana cedis. And so, are you telling me that you are not recognizing that Asokwa MP as MP because there was a case in court? So until the court declares otherwise, he is still the MP. Please,
come on.
Don't get into that.
I've heard Nana B.
I was here for Yemo Bibi Akwaba. Enti, although say what a full video never, but the question me woman say these MPP guys, they will never change. And one thing I mega a year woman say MPP for doing say Ghana for Jimmy. MPP for doing say Ghana for Munim Kosro. Intino. There is no way they will change their ways. And it is really sad. Sometimes metinasena me dream who beside me who say MPP for way na Ghana for 2 abeti omu in 2024 na and MPP for no bet na baimu sebi na pensioners omusika omunsanka and MPP for no bet na baimu na nursing trainee and teacher trainee allowances akam and MPP for no bet na mu ilevi no mudi bu Ghana for kon and MPP for no bet na mu omede betting tax na de ebu Ghana for kon boys no and MPP for way and omoba ya sebi the economy no etiti pansam ye enti ene metnase na mehwe na me tie nsem a ya na omo kan wo position bibisa say this is happening too fast. In fact, this is happening so fast. And many NPP for and Quebec are not to Nayat observe because the maybe why I don't understand. Maybe some will say this crop of leadership, I mean our more NPP no. I am no Bugana for saying. Yet your mind mamu 8 good years. You who baby a model mind could see and Makwatine Fia. More chile said ye, more chile a brain be said ye boo mine. An answer story ye can win. And no Makwatine Fee, more chile sebi said ye boo mine. And is it possible, sebi, obi ain't me and yen assignment. That same assignment and oko equachirobi say I mean to me, said ye, me quachirobi said ye see. Where can this thing happen? I ain't found a side with ABC. I ain't found ABC. And sometimes maybe who I am ya. Sometimes maybe when me bisa me say NPP for we no kra no. E dia adwen na edo mutremu. E dia adwen na edo mutremu o mo dwen say Ghana for you too low. Enti no omo beka ai na ya Ghana for say o ma fe. Ghana for o mo say o mo fe mu NPP for da ben. Ghana for fe mu NPP for da ben. Adenti amon kan kware. Mon kan kware mo mamuni na hu say mo di Ghana for hwambo. Mo di Ghana for hwambo. Senka Akufo-Addo na ete so a because there is no way I beka che Akufo-Addo say ma on rent private jet and ko betie da. But then John Mahama as a president, look at the kind of embarrassment. Okoye transit extra train mu train about 11 to 12 hours. A train flight. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Mobile mo hwe de mo beye. Kamala Dean, papa you know to one na wudi tro. Edem Agbana Yankupo Israel. I think say Ketu no for an BBC a member of parliament. I stand to be corrected. Look at how what to was our church and they say NPP for omun they don't know. I mean shame. They don't have shame. And komun biomano enka or my munsemu and komun biomano and spiti any kind of word against this government. Come back to nature actually didn't know much the echo. But because of so many the echo, they will sit back and talk. Thinking say Ghana for ye mwa sebi you see how dream. It is sad. It is really sad. I was for Chawadjo comment session in Mahanum, your number 1 authentic platform Mega TV. Nakopon Koswa in Shroud. Vidiana Mega Macau. Bye bye.